Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Not. So I'm going to go ahead and keep up with this Bonus Wednesday series where I kind of go over some of my Twitch clips, just because the last one with Phasmophobia was so popular. Seems like you guys really liked that one. So without further ado, today we're going to talk about 10 tips that you probably haven't heard too many other places to make you a better Among Us player. So these are my own personal tips after playing a good amount of Among Us myself and figuring out really kind of the anatomy of the perfect game. So to demonstrate that to you all today, I'm going to go ahead and show you one of my clips from a recent Twitch stream where I did in fact achieve a perfect imposter vote win. So keep in mind, imposter vote win means that the win was done completely by voting out the other members of the team, and it was not ended by a kill. So go ahead and give it a watch and let me know what you think. So yeah, so I'll go ahead and be adding some commentary into this clip and kind of walking you through kind of the decisions I made and really my tips for how you can achieve a perfect game yourself. So if you find yourself struggling as an imposter, try out these tips. I know a lot of people haven't really covered a lot of these really, and I think a lot of these are things that aren't so obvious at first, but yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think. So tip number 10, just starting off immediately here, don't rush, right? So I know it sounds counterintuitive because you constantly have that taskbar in the top left. But again, this game is not a game, as long as your settings are set up correctly, that is very often ended by a task win. Task wins are actually super rare, and they're really not that much fun. So players tend to try and avoid that as being the primary way that they win. You know, the way this game is meant to be played is either the imposters kill everybody off, or, you know, in that Town of Salem style where the imposters are voted off, or in the very rare case, like in the case of this game, the imposters actually get the crewmates to vote themselves off, which is great. All right. So yeah, what you'll see here is, again, I'm not rushing. I see plenty of people.
Honestly, I have no
part of this
idea
is,
how
you know,
I'm
obviously
this.
I'm with a pair, so there's not too much I can
I'm
do.
just gonna stick with still.
But, you know, there are some ways around that. In general, again, as long as you're taking your time and you're playing the game correctly, you shouldn't really worry too much about that taskbar climbing in the early game. So, I mean, what we'll see here is obviously a double kill, right? So a special note on double kills. They are very rarely the right choice. But if you can pull them off successfully, they're huge. And with that, I go into my next tip, which is tip number 9. Kill the best player first. So in this particular game, as long as you know your friends group and you're not playing with random people, you should have a good sense of who the best player is. And just make sure you take them out first. It will make the rest of your game as imposter way easier.
Well, that's a double kill. Oh,
all right, so now we're getting into discussion. So I'll bring up tip number 7 and watch how I handle this. Tip number 7 is hijack the conversation, but do it subtly. So what you'll see is I'll take over the conversation, and let's count how much time I'm able to waste talking about nothing.
I'm sorry, the name was awesome. Shootout, like the trash shoot, like the.
Yeah, the bottom trash.
I'm calling a trash you to shootout shoot thing now.
All right, let's just since they're so close, just toss the bodies in there. And I know it's a little awkward, but they're gonna start to stink. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, but I saw 8-Bit. I don't think it's 8-Bit over in security, just watching cameras.
No, 8-Bit, had any visuals?
8-Bit, you were on cameras. Did you see anything?
And just like that, I've wasted almost a quarter of the voting time. So we don't play with discussion time. So all of that time is wasted. And they have not used that time to really discern any information because I spent all of that time talking about a trash shoot, right?
We came from security, went through.
So let's hear the rest of this
cafeteria
discussion
and
round.
And then did tasks there.
Can confirm that is what happened.
So wait, hold on. Were those was anyone else in a pair together? Because if the bodies were literally side by side,
Yeah, that was a double kill. It was a pair kill.
If no one else is in a pair together, that means that those two are the killers.
Yeah.
We weren't anywhere near storage, though.
The reason why people saw us up top.
So this is.
I mean, that's
great. This is exactly what I
mean,
want.
I didn't see it. Again, the only person I really saw was 8-Bit, and he was just chilling in security on cameras.
So 8-Bit was.
I got vouch for that.
I swear.
Cheese it
I
and
swear we
you two
passed
alone.
red.
I did see yellow and Hack at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I saw me at the beginning of the game too.
Again, wasting your time.
Cheese, were you alone? Cheese. Cheese. All right, Denny, were you alone?
I don't remember
Yeah, I
seeing
was in
cheese.
Mepe.
All right, I'm gonna vote.
That adds up. Yeah,
I'm trying to
it's
remember
really-
the
And
color,
now I
but I
will
can't
sow
remember it.
chaos
I know
by
it's
forcing them to
Danny.
try and make a
Yeah,
rash
are
decision.
Are we voting, guys? Are we voting? 5 seconds. 5
Catch,
seconds.
catch.
Catch. Okay.
Why? There was
Voting
no
catch?
evidence. There was
So I didn't
zero
even
evidence
bring
for
up
this.
catch
You're
as,
actively
as an
stupid.
option, but
Y'all
I
murdered my
piggybacked on
boy.
that, and really I tried to force a vote in the last few seconds because I knew that both myself and Cheese weren't the top subjects. With that, I bring up tip number 9, or tip number 6, which is never defend the other imposter. So Cheese was being really quiet, being really sketch, but I'm not going to stand out of my way to say, oh, I was with Cheese or something like that, because that looks really sketch. And really, in this game, if you're playing a 2-imposter game, never defend the other imposter. It's the most sus thing you can do. Always vote them out if people are going to vote them out. Throw them under the bus immediately. Which brings us to tip number 5. Make a non-imposter buddy. So what I mean by that is, now that I've kind of established myself as being 8-Bit's friend, people will know, if they know that 8-Bit's good, they'll now think that I'm good by association. We'll see how this plays out through the rest of the game. But Cheez-It doesn't have this same rapport built up with any other character yet. So now it's on Cheez-It to be the primary killer, and it's my job to stay completely innocent. So I'm kind of the backup plan or the insurance plan. In a 2-imposter game, you do not need 2 imposters actively killing. So if one imposter is always staying safe and always staying unsus, it is a much safer way to play the game. So yeah, so here, clearly I'm just standing by the task. Even if 8-Bit had ran away, I would have stayed by that fuel task a little longer because I know roughly how long the fuel task takes. Knowing how long a task takes is extremely important. And now Cheez-It played this very well too by killing Oracle. Oracle's a louder player, and Oracle
So,
probably would have came to the
I was
solution.
with literally 8-Bit that entire game.
Make a non-imposter
That
buddy.
entire round. I mean, you're literally. I think we walked by like 1 or 2 people. We walked by Veli a couple times, right?
Keeping the conversation where I
That's
want
the
it.
only person we walked by.
It's like Belly
Again,
and
hijacking
then
the conversation is
because
extremely
Belly
important as an
went to the
imposter.
other house.
Right.
Some
Okay.
imposters get super,
And I went to
super
the auto-
quiet. That is
I did
one
the
of the
auto options
worst things
too.
you can do as an imposter in this
Okay.
game.
I
Yeah.
know it's not Denny, because I passed him on the way exiting admin. I feel like it's...
Where was you?
Might
Wait,
be
you
cheese,
saw
I'm not
saw the body, right? 8.
All right, with that, I'm going to quickly
Okay.
talk about why this discussion is going on. Tip number 4.
I didn't. I was literally like 2 feet away from you. Did you just
Where
get to it
was it?
before I
Don't
did?
kill the sus guy. So in this current game, White
bottom
or
right.
Veli is super suspect.
Yeah. I mean,
Because he was with
Bottom
Catch,
right.
and for whatever reason, they think that means he has
I
to
don't
be the
know.
other killer.
We
Like,
passed.
you-
Because of the double kill.
So
they don't
8,
accept
the only
that
thing I'm
people
thinking
were
is the
lying.
person that I remember being closest to us was Veli, but that's literally.
So I'm
going
going to try and keep the
Well, that's all
focus
Veli came
on
from
Veli and
cafeteria.
get Veli. I'm going to keep
Okay.
saying Veli's
remember,
name. I
like,
want people to
with
keep
Veli,
thinking
Veli was
about
on
Veli,
the other
right?
oxygen
Because
when I went
he's
home.
already a little sus because
Yeah,
of
no,
Catch.
we were both there with Veli on
On
oxygen.
top of that, you'll notice
Yeah.
that Cheese and I,
And then
we will
Denny
never
was
kill
also
Veli.
there. He went
Veli
to
is the
Autumn.
most important
Yeah. And then
person
when
to
I
keep
tried-
in live
the
in
thing
this
was,
game
when I
right
tried
now.
to go
And that brings
back,
me down to my
Yeah.
next tip, which is just tip number
Right,
4.
the door shut on
Don't
both of us.
ever
Actually, I
kill
do
the
remember
sus
seeing
guy.
cheese in
If
it,
you're an
like,
imposter
way.
and
No,
somebody else is
I don't see
sus,
cheese at all. And last time
leave
I
that
saw
person
Oracle
alive.
was
That's
there
the
on
only
Discord.
that's one of
And I
your
went to
best
Tom's
defenses
after that,
because you
and
can
we
always
got
kind of
that
point
shit
blame
on,
back
that's
to
why I
them.
saw
You'll see
Veli.
me do this
I
later.
think...
That's when
Even
you saw
though
Veli?
in this
Yellow
particular
and
perfect win,
red.
Cheese and I were never really
Wait,
suspected.
Cheese, what do you have to say?
Oh, it wasn't
Mine's
8-bit that
fire.
killed. Remember, 8-bit in the beginning, it was a double kill.
10
They're so
seconds.
caught
Right,
up on this
I
double
was-
kill.
Yeah,
Confused.
8-bit was on security for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we
it
have
was
to
a
vote
single
here.
kill, so I'm guessing that we caught an imposter already. Because it was a single kill this time.
That's
Okay.
true. That's true. Shit. I'm sorry. I didn't even vote.
Damn it.
Well, if it's a double imposter, we're dead. But...
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to get into some of the other kind of tips
Right.
we've
No,
got here
one
now.
imposter's dead. For
So I
sure,
guess
right?
jumping into tip number
I
tip
don't
number
think those-
Oh, we
3.
gotta mute. My bad.
Never vent. All right, I know a lot of you are going to disagree with me and think that's crazy. Why in the world would you say never vent, right? Vents are a part of the game. It's one of the best ways the imposter gets away. Vents are super sketchy. A lot of times you can see them from other rooms where, you know, even you jumping through them, you won't notice somebody's in another room where they actually have a view on the vent. For example, the security room can view the electrical vent. again, vents are super dangerous and one of the easiest ways to get yourself voted off. If you're going to know that you're going to go for a kill in an event, make sure you've planned this in advance. For the most part, though, avoid it altogether.
Who was in security?
Again, I was just with 8-bit the whole time.
I was in security.
I'm sorry, I'm just curious. Where are we at, right?
I didn't see white. I saw
Yet again, we're
orange
focused on the
O2,
guy
but
who is for some reason sus, even though he's done nothing
I was in
wrong.
security.
And I'm going to push that all the way home, as we'll see here.
I didn't see white. I mean, I was with 8-bit the whole time. If he didn't see white, I didn't see white either. I did see Denny and I did see Cheese It though.
Yes.
So wait a minute. So
Wait, wasn't White the one paired up with Catch originally, and that's why we
Yeah,
killed Catch?
And there it is.
Because Cheese never confirmed anything in the beginning.
Right. Yeah, I guess we don't know necessarily where Cheese was, but Cheese couldn't have been a solo killer,
Again,
right?
I'm more than happy
Because
to
it
throw
was a
Cheese
double
under the
kill,
bus
so
if I have
Cheese
to
couldn't
to
have
get
been
the
a solo
win.
kill.
Cheese still wins if she's dead,
Betty,
so.
because he was
All
the
right.
only one
Uh,
in the-
I think it's Veli. I think.
Well,
I'm sorry. It could be. I could be wrong.
Oh, I'm wrong.
I mean, what motive would I have if
Valley
I was
So,
an imposter to
Another
do
tip
O2
while
and just
Veli
go
is
to-
trying
I didn't
to
see
Yeah,
you do
like
O2.
trying to
though. I don't
unsuccessfully
know.
defend
understand.
himself.
Yeah, I didn't do O2.
Avoid, he
I
said,
went to
she
security.
said, situations. So
If
these are
I were
situations
imposter, I
where
would be trying to
you
secure
kill someone,
kills
someone
during
sees you
O2,
kill someone,
not running
and then
around.
you just
Nope.
immediately start yelling at them. They start yelling at you. The problem with these situations
Nobody
are
died
that
either, right?
you're both going to die.
Yeah.
A good team will say, in any of those situations and two imposters, we'll just vote you both off, and we will guarantee one imposter is gone. So whatever you do, try and avoid those situations. They're
30
never
seconds.
going to work out super well for you.
So y'all want to play it risky or y'all want to play it slow?
I'm
If
fine
you
with
guys are
either.
gonna-
I already voted, so someone's
you
going to
guys are
cancel my
gonna
vote out
vote
if
for
we're
me,
going to
I
go
will
slow.
The way I see it right now
So-
is even if we don't have much to go of, if there's still two imposters, they can each
One
just
imposter.
run.
They are
10
dead
seconds.
set that
Y'all
we're on
know or
one
no?
imposter.
Yeah,
I'm gonna skip.
Alright, I'm gonna YOLO.
Choosing this right.
We're gonna YOLO.
All right, boys. Let's
YOLO?
have
Is it-
some
are we
logical
right?
reasoning.
Are we
And
right?
what the
And
hell
there
would
you
two
have it.
people
That is
think
a
being together if
perfect
there was double
imposter
kills
vote
and they
win,
were the
meaning
imposters?
that
What kind of
we
reasoning
managed to
is
get the
they were
crewmates to vote
imposters?
off
What
Hey, we
half
got
of their
it.
team.
That's
So I hope you all enjoyed the
Perfect.
gameplay. I know there's still a couple more
Perfect
tips,
plays.
and I want to make sure I go through those with you.
Perfect plays.
So the next tips that we've got are tip number 2,
Oh yeah,
which
so
is
Cheese
kill
and I pulled
remote.
it off, but then I just let
So really try and make sure you're leaving bodies in a remote
his
place.
group
And that
admit
really
they
goes
grouped
hand in
up,
hand
yeah.
with tip number
But
1,
the thing is though,
which is
if you guys
give
don't,
witnesses
if you guys remember,
time
I said I
to
grouped up with
forget.
Red. Nobody seemed to care
So
about that.
the longer it takes for someone to find a body, the more they forget about when they last saw you, and the more they forget about when
so
they
you knew
last
Red was
saw
clean,
that
so you guys all
player.
thought I was clean
So
too.
by giving witnesses time to forget, that is the safest way to pull off a kill and avoid any suspicion from yourself. So I hope you all enjoyed this video and enjoyed these
fun.
tips. So yeah,
well
let me know
done.
what you guys think.
Top side.
Leave a thought, a comment, and if you liked it, subscribe. And if you really liked it, I'll make more Among Us videos. Thanks, guys.